Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges, and Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and fun. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying productive? At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, has been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. Trello keeps everyone on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com.
Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, conquer down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population Varney and Stratton.
That is a population, Varney and Stratton.
We got two people.
Janet Varney and Cole Stratton, two of our favorite and longtime friends, and we were just up in the San Francisco area, and I remember the very first Sketch Fest that we did with you guys.
Which was the very second Sketch Fest ever. We walked by the old Eureka Theater, which is now called...
The Gateway.
The Gateway Theater, brought to you by Tostitos, I think. Right? Everything's blown up in San Francisco.
But beautiful memories of wonderful times and the length of our friendship, which goes back so far. Janet, of course, you were fantastic in Back on Tops, which we're putting clips of that in our
Instagram feed. Follow us.
And you have great stuff going on, which we'll get to later,
Yes.
but the world is getting dumber, and we got to stop it, dudes.
I don't know if we can, but we can try.
Does it feel like, are we wrong to say that, Janet? Yeah, you paused, and I don't know if...
Oh, did I pause?
Yeah,
Do you believe
think
Did
the
I
world's
pause in not responding at all? I think that's what happened. It was such a long pause.
Yeah,
I
since
didn't
the last
make a
thing you
sound or
said.
say
Yeah.
anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I'm afraid.
I'm for real feeling like it's
Yeah.
getting dumber.
We see it so much.
Do you remember when the big deal was like, we're going to run out of shrimp? And then they started farming them and it was fine?
Yeah.
Like, I wish that running low on shrimp was like the big
the
issue right
shrimp
now.
crisis.
Remember that?
We're gonna get
Can
rid. Listen, we're gonna get rid of smart people. Let's start farming them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Great.
It's a
I
farm.
mean, there was a time when Randy and I say this all the time when we're out, because we don't go out except for when we're going and doing stand-up and then we're out in the world. There was a time when there was a town drunk.
and everyone's like, just watch out for
Yeah,
Gabby.
he's gonna be
just
embarrassing.
watch out for now.
Everyone is a town drunk, and there's one guy who's sober who's like, I can't handle this.
I can't.
Yeah. And they're like, watch out for that downer. Watch
Yeah.
out for that downer.
He's a real bummer.
Yeah.
It's my birthday.
Boo. Take our picture. Dan, do we have? Hi, Dan.
Hey, how are you, my friends?
We're good.
I'm
Do we?
good.
Should we jump into a story? We've got Cole and Janet.
Yeah,
here.
for
Let's do
sure,
it. All right.
for sure. All right, this was sent in. I just lost my tab, but I'm back.
Get in that tab.
I'm going to. This was sent in to us by Andy Greenberg at Andy the G.
Little Andy Greenberg. Look, doing it again.
He's all grown up.
Oh, he's all grown up.
He's all grown up.
Little
He's
Andy
on
Greenberg.
Twitter. He did what everybody should do, and that is just at Daniel Van Kirk, hashtag Dumb People Town.
There you go.
So
that I
easy.
can get these stories
Let's
in the
do it.
order in which they're
Jump
sent
in.
in.
Andy Greenberg knows how to do it.
Well, Greenberg knows what he's doing, especially because today we've got a Green Lee.
Oh, you guys are here on a fantastic day. Let us explain what a Greenlee is. Will Greenlee, who is a journalist,
Quote
air
unquote.
quotes,
Full all caps.
all caps journalist, who writes for the TC Palm,
Among other publications. In Southern Florida.
he
Tiny
actually.
crustacean palm is what it
He
stands for.
actually was a stringer and kind of helped break the whole story about Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, going to that day spa that had basically indentured
endings
servants
such,
and happy endings, but not so happy for the people who were basically being trafficked in the back of
That's
that thing.
always bad.
Perfect.
Sure.
It's a
Not
terrible
happy.
thing, but he was one of the guys who reported on that. He also writes about true crime stuff and dumb crime stuff in that area. We feel, and I'm not sure about this, that he is told that he has 1,000 words to fill. And
Every story is about
like 500.
Okay.
So what Will Greenlee will do is he will explain in great detail things that don't need
Right.
explaining at all.
Okay.
Right.
Other than it was very, 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 very,
right.
very, very.
It would
sad.
almost be better if he did that. Instead, he will tell you what an anchor is.
Yeah, and in full detail, things that we all know exist. Now, the other explanation is that he thinks he's writing for a dumb population that maybe don't know what an anchor does. So he
That's
needs to
the
explain.
mystery.
That's how dumb this world
Is
is.
it irony? Or
So
is it
we
not?
may actually be on his.
Okay.
I may be on his side on this, but the game we like to play and that Dan is so good at playing at is. Dan will read the story.
Yeah.
And is what Dan is reading, is it something that Greenlee came up with or Dan?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so fun.
Who
Okay, great.
over-explained
Love it.
this?
Okay, great.
So let's get
All right,
into
you
it.
ready? Port St. Lucie. A flap over a squeegee turned into a machete and razor blade attack that landed one man behind bars.
The other behind a windshield.
Ferdinand Velez Latour. Or
That
is
is
it
a-
Latorre?
Latorre. This is like a
This is my kid's favorite new animated movie.
Ferdinand Velez Latour
Latorre.
was arrested March 20th after an investigation by Port St. Lucie police. I'm
Who did
sure
now? Is
that
he
they
the
don't
guy
have
with
the
the
most
squeegee?
dangerous cop job in the country. I'm sure they're like other parts, but they must have the most interesting. Every day, if you're down in Port St. Lucie, Florida, it's
I'm gonna
like,
see some machete.
yeah, like
crap,
a fire started a fire.
baths.
Right.
That's a mouthful, though. Port St. Lucie police freeze. Like, it's too
Yeah, it
much.
is. Oh yeah,
It's
you
too
got to go
much.
PSL.
Yep.
Yeah. One man identified as a victim on March 11th told police that Latorre was drunk and began arguing with a second male victim about a squeegee. He said Latorre cut the second victim's arm with a razor blade. So if I'm tracking right, there's a victim who's telling us about a second victim, but yet we have yet to hear how this first person is a victim other than just a witness.
If you have razor blades on you at the time that you can then produce in a moment, you are looking for a fight.
oh,
I'm
always.
already so confused because I, in my mind, thought that he was saying that he had converted the edge of a squeegee into a razor blade type thing.
That would be
Like a
amazing.
quick
Dangerous.
shiv,
Yeah.
super
Or-
quick.
Quick
so
shiv?
I thought
Quick shiv.
that it was a flap over a squeegee, so that a squeegee had like a flap over it.
That's what I thought turned into the razor blade.
That-
the
Right.
flap
In
that
the
went
flap
over the
was-
squeegee.
as
Oh,
sharp
because
as
I'll
razor.
reread it. A flap over a squeegee turned into a machete and razor blade attack.
You can't use the word flap as a
Right.
thing
It
that
should have
happens
been a
between
bru-
people.
Well, he thinks he's being
brouhaha.
punny.
Anymore.
A
Right.
Donnybrook, a brouhaha,
Oh.
scrape,
A row.
I'm
scram.
fine with any of those.
A row over a squeegee turned into a machete and razor blade attack. There should be commas in it. This would be the way to do it. With the word fight, it makes so much more sense. A fight over a squeegee turned into a machete and razor blade attack that landed one man behind bars.
Okay, that makes
Way
I'm
sense.
better.
more comfortable. I'm more comfortable.
Turned into is where I get transformery here. You
That's
know what I mean?
Right,
Exactly.
escalated.
Yeah.
Okay. A fight over a squeegee escalated into a machete and razor blade attack that landed one man behind bars.
Bingo.
There it is.
I no
Dan,
longer
that's
think
it.
a
Can we-
squeegee turned into a machete.
Can we call ourselves editors for the TC bomb?
Editors at large?
Yeah. Editors at
Yes,
large.
for sure.
But here's the deal. Again, I'm going to go back to the thing of like, have you ever just carried razor blades just in
Yeah, I know
case?
this is a big point. I agree
just
with this.
in case.
Anyone who has a razor blade on them is always ready to
First of all,
ready
it
for
could cut you.
What if it's somebody who was an extra in Michael Jackson's Bad video? Stay with me.
I'm with you.
And he never changed out of that outfit. And there would just happen to be a razor blade that he
All
whipped
of it.
out
Went
in
in too
that.
That was
Went
the
in
Beat
too
It
deep.
video. You mean the Beat
Oh,
It video?
great.
I was with you on bad.
And it's a
Bad seemed
switchblade, not a razor blade.
Razor blade is just like something that should fit into something else.
Like it should be sitting into like a little brown envelope.
Is it
and you-
Eastern
Isn't there
Promises?
like a razor? There's
Yeah.
like a
that's
people
a
use like
switchblade.
flip open
That's a flip
That's a
blade.
switchblade or a.
You don't know enough
a
about
flat
knives.
razor like Barbary. But isn't Eastern Promises that has the fight scene with
Yeah.
the razor blades?
Thank
Razor
you.
blades,
I
yeah.
know
Yes.
that this has been a
It
thing
is,
where
it is,
it has
Janet.
a handle.
It definitely is. And
And
like,
I don't just mean it has a
Sweeney
nickname.
Sweeney Todd.
That's a
Yeah.
straight
lot
razor.
of razor action.
That's
Thank
a
you.
straight razor. A
Yes.
razor blade. I don't know.
I like
Okay.
that you went to an extra from a bad video that 20 plus years later is still in character.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Can't let it
Digging
go.
deep.
I'm ready to believe that if you're in Florida, that
He
may be
hasn't
the
taken
best
his
story
costume
you
off.
have.
Thank
Like,
you.
oh, I just got back 20 years ago from.
The
Or you
bad
might be the
Yeah.
most normal person in Port St. Lucie.
Or
Also
you're
possible.
Tupac in Above the Rim, constantly with the razor blade in his mouth. It scared me when I was a kid. I didn't understand it. I didn't know if it was like a fashion trend.
Yeah. If you're Chris Angel, you're chewing that thing up and swallowing it.
For sure. Okay,
Chris
one man.
Angel to us, and we've always said this. He's like in too good a shape to be a good magician. Like you ask yourself, how much work are you putting in on your abs, and could that work have been put into the magic?
Because we
Right.
say you only need one ab for magic, and it's abracadabra.
At Sklar
Okay. That is a big ass Sklar Brothers. All right, so one man identified as a victim, who I feel is self-identified.
Sure.
One man.
That's totally 100%.
Yeah, he's like, I was a
You
victim too. Sir,
I've
it sounds
seen
like you
this
just witnessed
scenario.
it. No.
I identify as.
Yep.
He keeps
We're
coming
all
over.
victims.
He keeps coming over, and he's like, "What are you guys talking about? You know, I was a victim too, sir.
We got
have
your statement.
We will
got
get
your
it in
statement.
due time.
Are we doing a class action or anything on this? Sir,
Sir.
you're not even
Sir,
caught.
we
Sir,
will get to you in
Take
a
a
moment.
giant step
We
back.
can't write everybody's
You
thing.
can't sit on my desk.
Oh, I guess
sir.
I'm under arrest.
No, you're not
even
under
gonna-
arrest,
Oh,
sir.
I'm a perpetrator
No,
now.
you are not. We're going to take everyone's
Oh,
stand.
you know
Nancy, take him down to the snack bar.
Oh, okay. I'll just go join the other cops.
No,
then.
you're not
Guys,
a
move
cop.
along here.
You are
No,
not a
see.
cop.
I was
Sir.
attacked. I got a snack attack, guys. That counts too, right?
Nope, sir,
Not a
take
snack
him outside.
attack.
Put that
Sir.
trash can down. You're not cleaning up anything. You
Sir,
don't work here
I
now.
just work for the city.
Sir.
I'm a
Janitor.
civil employee.
Sir, why are you clocking in? There is stop it.
One man identified as a victim on March 11th told police that Latore was drunk and began arguing with a second male victim about a squeegee. He said Latore cut the second victim's arm with a razor blade. Next, he said Latore got a machete and chased the second victim. So far, this
Got one?
first victim has had no role in this story.
Pick one up off the side of the road.
That's a good point. Well, it's Florida.
Got one.
Got one.
I'm going to reach into the machete tree.
Like it's a Mortal Kombat. There's just weapons around.
Someone assigned him the machete.
Yeah.
In case of emergency, break glass, and there's a machete behind it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to blindly reach back here. I'm sure I'll pick something up. And then what?
Yeah. Or was it the bottom of like a Cracker Jack box? Like, I got a machete. What'd you get?
I got a word
razor
finder.
blade.
Yeah.
Next, he said Latore got a machete and chased the second victim. He said the second victim jumped on a pickup truck and Latore followed. Unlike a car, a truck has an enclosed cab and open back.
No.
Now,
Is that
No.
Greenlee or is that Dan?
That's Dan.
okay,
I'm going to go Greenlee.
okay.
Jay?
Damn
Dan's
you,
so
Dan.
good at this. You guys don't understand how
You
good
don't
Dan
understand
is.
how much
Dan is so
Dan
good.
is fucked with us so
He
hard
is
on
so
this.
up in our heads
So
on
we've
this.
done ones where Greenlee didn't write any of them.
Dan wrote all of them. So like when
Everyone
he,
knows Greenlee wrote all of them.
when Dan does that to you, then
This is
there's
That's so
Greenlee.
good.
I think it's Greenlee.
I think it's Greenlee.
It's been all business up to this point. I think it needs to be a Greenlee.
Mm-hmm. He said the second victim jumped onto a pickup truck and Latore followed. The person who wrote this sentence, unlike a car, a truck has an enclosed cab and open back. That was written by Daniel Van Kirk.
Damn
you.
Varney.
You got to go with the gut. Don't let him get in your head. Go with your first instinct.
my
I'll
problem.
kill you. I'll kill everybody,
Wait,
Latore.
Dan, are you saying that to
Oh,
us
no,
now?
I thought it was
No,
that
no,
one.
no, no.
Whoa, sir.
I'm sorry I chose Greenlee. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll kill you. I'll kill everybody, Latore is quoted as saying. Remember, this is over a squeegee. Okay. I'll kill you. I'll kill everybody, Latore is quoted as saying. A squeegee is a T-shaped tool with a cross-piece edge and with leather or rubber. Squeegees are designed to facilitate the removal of water from a surface, such as a window, by dragging it across the surface.
I'm going Greenlee, 100%.
Okay.
He's got to explain what that squeegee is. He has not done
Yeah, I
it yet.
think
Okay.
people don't know in Florida. They might have a handle on trucks, but I don't think they have a handle on squeegees. So
And a
I'll go
handle
Greenlee.
is something you hold on to use it. I think it's Greenlee.
Okay.
I think it's Dan.
Okay. The person who wrote a squeegee is a T-shaped tool with a cross-piece edge with leather or rubber. Squeegees are designed to facilitate the removal of water from a surface, such as a window, by dragging it across the surface.
Hold on, before you reveal it. If it is Dan, I am now in so much trouble. Like,
Oh,
because
yeah.
if he,
Mhm.
okay, go
The
ahead.
person who wrote that is Will Greenlee.
Yeah! There it is.
Meanwhile, the second victim
I'm
said.
back. I'm back.
Meanwhile, the second victim said Latore was upset with him over a squeegee records show. Parenthetically, The world's fastest window cleaner is Terry Turbo Burrows, who set a record in October 2009 in the United Kingdom by using an 11.75-inch squeegee to clean 3 45-inch by 45-inch windows in 9.14 seconds, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, formerly the Guinness Book of Records. Who wrote that?
He explained what the Guinness Book of Records evolved to.
Oh, no. The parenthetically is really throwing me.
Mm-hmm.
Cole, you can go first.
I'll go
if you
Dan
want.
Van Kirk.
I agree.
Okay.
I think that's Will Greenlee.
I think
I'm
that's-
0 for 2.
I think that's Greenlee.
Okay. The person who wants you to know that Terry Turbo Burrows set a record in October 29,
This is the most fun.
and this is according to the Guinness Book of World Records, formerly the Guinness Book of Records. The person who wrote that is Will Greenlee.
That's a journalist.
So these
So
are
many
in
rabbit
I
our-
holes.
should have followed the parenthetically gut instinct again.
Okay.
That's the one that told me it was him, but I wouldn't.
Parenthetically,
But I
follow
was
it.
like, there's no way.
Can you believe that exists in an article?
No.
Right?
That's in a paper.
So now, do you think? Let me stop right here and
Okay.
ask you guys: do you think he has a certain amount of words to fill, and just all the stories stop short, or do you think he's trying to explain to dumb people?
I think he loves
I
it.
think he fell short.
In
Thank
that
you.
case, fell short. I think squeegee legitimately is like some people might not know.
Yeah.
But for that's
I
ridiculous.
love that you're giving him the
Cole, he
benefit
told
of the
us how an anchor works.
Cole.
I mean, that's definitely like I've written what I planned to write, and now I looked
You
at
guys,
my word
in one
count.
story, he wrote lyrics from the thong song.
Yeah, to let people. Okay, so he is. We got ourselves a Greenlee.
Mhm.
By the way, he is. And by the way, I want to make a shirt with Will Greenlee's face on it, and it says, "We got
Got
ourselves a
me.
Greenlee."
Got me, and it's a picture
Yeah,
of
we
Will
got
Greenlee.
ourselves me. We got ourselves a Greenlee, and I want that shirt only to be available to people who subscribe to the Patreon.
We could do that.
Let's do
We
that.
We're
can
gonna
make
do
that
it.
a possibility.
We're doing
Are
it.
you sure that Greenlee isn't Cisco?
I don't know.
We're not.
We
not
don't know.
unsure.
We've never seen the two of them in the same room, even though they are of different races.
Have you ever seen either of them in a room?
No.
No.
That is
Well.
actually a great point.
A room is a dwelling. Where
All
people-
right.
Is that Greenlee?
The second victim said Latore cut his arm with a razor blade after the second victim declined to give Latore the squeegee. The second victim also said that Latore chased him with a machete. Also, if you're keeping track, first victim has yet to enter this story in any way.
No, zero.
Police initially couldn't find Latore. One of the victims said he lived in his car and was staying in his driveway, which is an uncommon choice for vehicle living. More common options for automobile living are RVs or vans. Who wrote that? Greenlee or me?
I feel Greenlee on that one.
I'll
but-
go Dan Van Kirk.
Okay.
I think that's Dan Van Kirk.
Okay.
That's Dan.
The person who wants you to know what is a more common choice for vehicle living is Daniel Van Kirk.
Ah. I came out so strong.
I'm like
okay.
believing in myself again, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Latore of Port St. Lucie surrendered to authorities on March 20th at the St. Lucie County Jail, or SLCJ, on 3 felony warrants in connection with the incident. That's our Greenlee for today.
Wow.
I know.
You know what I also am taken by is
What
that,
was the fight about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Who
I don't-
knows? Why? What did the first victim have to do
So
with
here's my
anything?
thing. So Greenlee spends all this time explaining like
What
window
little things are-
washing champions.
There are.
and-
That's what I was about to get to, man. That's crazy. You were going to say that.
That
As I was
is
like,
so
he
nuts.
spends so much time explaining what little things are, but the story
What-
itself,
yeah.
Like,
I don't
we're
know what
still left
happened.
with
No
more
way.
I don't know why it happened. I
What
don't
did
know
the
who's
first
involved.
victim have to do with any of it?
What was that person a victim of?
And always one fun thing in these, they always have links to other stories that just say more. So I'll run down what our more headlines
These are fun, too.
inside this story.
If you made it to the bottom of this, you're
You're
gonna
gonna
love
love
this.
these.
Yeah.
More. Pile of burning pot plants attracts attention. Okay. Okay.
Is that a Eugene Levy movie?
I don't know. More. Naked and belligerent woman jailed after sex caper.
Caper.
Right. Which I hope she means like what comes with your
The
noodles.
Great Muppet Sex Caper.
And then here's the last one.
That was actually the Muppets Take Manhattan.
All right. There was a hand up somewhere. I don't know.
Here's the last one. More. Why are sweatpants strings flying in the air? No idea. I would click on all of those. If they're all written by Greenlee,
Why are they flying?
Why are
strings
sweat
flying in the air?
flying in the air. What are sweatpants
Can you give
strings?
it? I want you, Dan, to give at least your best. I don't know. I haven't read this, but my best.
Yeah,
I haven't read it either.
But
what is your
guess?
interpretation?
Give your
of it?
best guess for why sweatpants strings are
Flying in the air.
I would guess 2 people got in a fight and someone threw their sweatpants string at someone else, and that was a quote from someone like, and I said, "Why are sweatpants strings flying in the air?" That's my best guess.
Janet, what do you think?
I agree that they could have been thrown. I feel they were intentionally hurled as like a bola, so that you would it was like swing around someone.
Yeah.
The weight on there's a little extra weight on the little plastic things that
Those have a name.
they do have a name, and I don't know what they are.
I think an astronaut just found out he's getting divorced, and he doesn't care. He's just putting on his space sweatpants.
That's right.
And they're floating around.
Space
Zero gravity.
sweats. Space sweats.
And somehow the string escaped gravity, escaped his fully closed hatch.
I think there is a sweatpants company in the TC Palm area that is they're making defective sweatpants, and people are trying to take the
strings out,
and they're whipping them out at rates that are they're flying through the air, and it's upsetting people, and it's causing fights, and so it's a defect in the company that is popularly making sweatpants.
I'd like to change my answer. I feel that this has to do with a silly string shortage, and the cans have been loaded with sweatpants strings, which for some reason there's more of.
So now that's
than the pants themselves.
So mine is that I think the Dave Matthews Band is playing in Port St. Lucie. They were driving over a bridge. Someone took a dump on the tour bus, and it was a mess. And so they like had to take the string out of their sweatbands.
It's a big ordeal.
And threw it out the window, and all of it landed on a boat underneath the bridge.
I think I'm going to now change. I think the Dave Matthews Band made me. So there is a Dave Matthews Band cover band or inspired band that is a jam band, also inspired by the string cheese incident. And they are the sweatpants string incidents. And that's just it's basically a promotional article about their music.
I think somebody reached for machetes and didn't find any. And that's what they just had to huck at somebody else.
Sweatpants strings.
Yeah.
Hey, you grab what you can.
Maybe it'll get sent in and we'll find out. That's story number 1.
Story number 1 down in the books. Janet Varney, Cole Stratton in the house. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll find out what they have cooking. This is Dumb People Town. Stay with us.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
It's a trying time that challenges all of our basic assumptions. However, one thing that brings us all together is our common humanity. Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges. And Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format. Plus, tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Teams of all shapes and sizes and companies like Google, Fender, and even Costco all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. No matter what device you're using, computer, tablet, or phone, Trello syncs across all of them, so you can stay up to date on all the things your team cares about. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com. Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying connected and productive? And then there's your newest coworker, the cat. Well, your friends at Trello have been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Trello keeps everyone organized and on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Teams of all shapes and sizes at companies like Google, Fender, Costco, and likely your favorite neighborhood coffee shop all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Randy mentioned briefly before our Patreon. We just were up in San Francisco and we talked to those wonderful ladies who are helping us
over at Patreon.
At Patreon, these women are awesome and they're really trying to connect with us to find the best ways to give you guys more stuff, more content, more merch, ideas, and things like that, which we are jamming on. The best way to get involved is just simply to go to patreon.com/dumbpeopletown and join.
Sign up and you will get great things at every level. And people who come by and go to who are at the level where they can come to the meet and greets pre-show before we do live shows, which we're doing.
Sometimes they end up after show too. Like when we did Sketchfest, we hung out with our fans pre-show and post-show
at the bar around the corner from Cobb's.
Yeah, it was great.
It's
that
just
little like corner bar. That's
I love that place.
Yeah.
So we
That's
closed
great.
it down. But anyway, it's just good stuff. So
we have to remember to remind you guys to join. We've moved over from Drip, and look, you guys have built a beautiful community on the Facebook page.
Let's convert that over.
Let's keep doing that.
Guys, what do we have cooking? What's shaking? Where can people see you and catch the stuff that you get, all the great stuff that you guys do?
Well, let's see. Cole is in a thing I did for IFC called Fortune Rookie, which is available online, YouTube, IFC.
Love it.
At fortunerookie.net, where he plays a member of an aging boy band.
Perfect.
Love it.
Also, in the boy band, the Hot Basics are. Cole, you want to give a little detail?
Yeah, it's Oscar Nunez, Ian Brennan, John Michael Higgins,
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Michael Hitchcock, and myself.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that is
Hot
like
Basics.
Bit of a murderer's
phenomenal,
row.
unbelievable improvisers.
Yeah.
And Hitchcock.
It was the most fun to film because we had no idea how anybody was going to portray their characters. And like, I ended up sort of being the straight man and I'm ridiculous in it.
That's
Correct.
great.
Oh wow.
So, and Higgins just chose to do this voice that it was perplexing.
very soft voice. I've never heard him do that voice in my life.
Was it improvised or did you write it out?
It was written.
Nice, but you
then
could
we played
allow
a little
people
bit,
to
yeah.
Definitely played.
Sure.
Yeah.
So did you create it?
I did.
Nice, and
I
you
did.
wrote it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I play a version of myself who's a little bit of a jerk, but who
So
is
a
told
truthful
by a
version of
fortune
yourself.
is told by a psychic, a self-proclaimed psychic, a self-identifying psychic in a bathroom that she feels I also am psychic, and so I immediately quit show business to become a fortune teller with zero experience.
Oh my
To
God.
hilarious results.
I love
That's wonderful.
I love that idea.
So people can see
Yeah.
that on IFC,
They can,
on IFC.com, and
and it's on
all
YouTube,
stuff.
and yeah,
Great.
Yeah.
Watch it.
watch it.
Their Fortune Rookie. I love it.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys are so great.
I mean, it's a punny title, so
No.
Like
I
Fortune.
felt like
Fortune, as
if
in
anything,
fortune cookie.
that's right.
I just got it.
The Sklars would enjoy.
On it. We love
I don't know
that.
if I.
We love it. And of course, if you're in San Francisco, Sketchfest every year is
And throughout
yeah,
the year
we're-
almost, right, guys? I feel like you're always
Coming
doing
up
like
on-
super cool events, even in the summer.
Yeah, we
Like,
do
yeah,
a little bit here and
Outside
there. We work on
Lands.
Outside Lands and Clusterfest doing some programming there with them, which is cool.
Yeah.
And we are kind of shocked because this January, I think over the 9th to 26th, it's our 19th year, which is nutso.
Crazy to think about.
We're already like
Crazy.
thinking about 20, which is crazy.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
going to be incredible.
One
Yeah.
of the best festivals in the world.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
In terms of
We gotta be a
fan
part of it.
participation.
Oh, venues,
comedians,
And
venues.
you know what else too? The
City.
support staff.
Oh,
It
thank
from
you.
top
They're
to
the
bottom. It
best.
is
Yeah,
always
they get
just
good
like
people.
cool, great
love it.
people.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's great
Love
to
it.
hear.
We
Yeah.
love it. Love it. Love
Well,
it.
put that on your calendar, everybody. I know everyone likes to plan that far in advance. So please, 6 months from now.
It's
should.
just nice to know.
Yeah.
But think about it. Think about it.
Yeah.
All right,
Think
should we-
about it.
Think about it.
Think about it.
Hey,
It's about.
Hey, it's about.
I know.
All right, should we jump into another story?
Let's do it.
Let's do
This
it.
was sent in by Joe Luttrell at The Gentleman Joe.
This guy sends in a lot
Great
of great
dude.
stories.
Always.
He's very
Great
much
dude.
on it. Okay.
He's about to introduce us to a new character. She, I'll just read you the headline. If someone gave this to you, it's like, hey, you're going to go on stage. Don't worry, it's just all improv. Here's who you are. This is everything you would need. She took her truck to be serviced. Then she saw it on the highway, so she stole it back.
Yeah!
Yes.
Nice.
This
Yes.
is a woman who
Drives a truck,
Yeah.
number one, which I
Mhm.
love. Number
What
two,
is
She
a
don't
truck
take
again?
no guff.
What is it?
what
What's a
kind of a truck? It's a truck. A truck is a four-wheeled
Do it.
vehicle.
Do it, Greenlee.
the
This
back.
this is a
Screenly.
woman who she's like if Liam Neeson was a redneck,
Mm-hmm.
that's this lady and
Yeah.
a woman.
I
Oh,
actually
hell
think
yeah.
this is a woman who drops her truck off and says, "Now don't give me the runaround."
Right. Oh, yeah.
She has a certain set of
Oh.
skills, is what I was trying to get at.
Don't give me the runaround.
A Flowwood woman.
Flow.
A Flowwood woman who took her car. They should have written truck.
Dan, is it floorwood and you're just trying to put some English on the pronunciation?
F-L-O-W-O-O-D.
When it is a woman's time of the month, can you say I'm taking
Don't
it
you-
down to
I'm
Flowwood?
going to Flowwood.
You can now. You can now.
I'm taking it
you
down to
did.
Flowwood.
Yeah.
I got to take my truck into Flowwood Canyon.
Oh.
And-
I got to take my truck down into Flowwood to get service means this is not the time for us to be having sex.
Sure. A Flowwood woman who took her car to a dealership for repairs was alarmed to discover the vehicle being driven around by one of its employees. If you did see this, how insensitive.
I would go ape shit.
I know.
So
It's
much
like a-
wrong with the possessives and all of that in that sentence. I'm sorry. My dad is an English teacher, was an
Sure,
English teacher,
sure.
retired, and that immediately, I just felt I got my, what do you say, your hackles
Your
up?
dander.
Your
Yeah,
dander.
Yeah.
Dander up.
Yeah.
Because so far, what I've understood is that her car employs someone. That's like what I heard
A
at the
Flowwood
end.
woman who took her car to a dealership for repairs was alarmed to discover the vehicle being driven around town by one of the employees.
of the car.
Of the car.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
That car
Dangle
was
your
busy
participles.
hiring and firing while he was
Ooh.
getting service. Yeah.
She followed it, then she took it back.
Followed it how? On foot?
Stakes it out.
Penny Ivy Thompson.
I love her.
P.I.T.
Oh.
P.I.T.
Hit
P.I.T.
the pit.
I
Yeah.
want to love you.
P.I.T.
We're
Penny
taking it
Ivy
back.
Thompson.
Penny Ivy Thompson posted to Facebook her unusual experience with the Mac Hake dealership in Flowwood. By Thursday afternoon, her post had gone viral, being shared more than 4,400 times.
Is that viral?
Wait, is
It's all about
PIT
your ratio. If you have 19 friends and something gets shared
That's
4,400
viral.
times,
Pretty good.
I'm
yeah.
getting suspicious. Is it possible, and listen, I don't know how anagrams work, but is her name an anagram for Sarah Connors? This could be like a viral marketing
You're right.
ploy
You're
for
right.
the next Terminator.
You're right.
The woman who takes her car to be serviced and then chases it down when she sees it on the highway could be Sarah Connors.
She's
All
from
I
the
keep
future.
thinking is, with the first pick of the NBA draft,
Yes.
the Orlando Magic take Penny Ivy Thompson.
Yeah.
She
And
just
he's
walks
great.
up. Yeah.
Small forward.
Or
Remember
she's
when
great.
Ivy just cost a penny?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Those are good
Thompson.
days. Those are the Thompson days.
Thompson said she originally brought her Dodge truck, also known as Big Bertha,
Yep.
to the dealership to be serviced. Is it known as that, or is that what you call it? Because those are two
Known-
wildly different
known
things.
as
Right.
is like saying that 44 shares is viral.
Right,
4,400.
When you just call it that.
Right. If you tell your kids what your card's name is, that's
That
not what it's
doesn't-
known
also
It's not
as.
known as.
Yeah, known as doesn't really work. Like, it's a new Dodge Durango. You mean the Dodge Big Bertha.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
it's
what it's known as.
Here's the
Exactly.
test. If you walk into a room and there's some people who know you and say, I'm going to go take Big Bertha out for a spin, and people don't think that you are having a relationship with another woman,
Sure.
Yeah.
then,
Sure.
Then you're
then it's known as Big Bertha.
According to her Facebook post, Thompson was later driving down Lakeland Drive when she saw her truck being driven by someone from the dealership. She initially thought it was a test drive, but she said she was
Wait,
concerned.
what? Hang on.
Who
Why
would
did
be
you-
test
who would
driving
be
her
test
truck?
driving
Well, maybe if it makes a noise and they
Oh,
fix it, they
let me
would
drive
drive
around
Oh,
and
that
make sure.
kind of test drive.
Let me make sure
Test it
nothing's
out.
wrong.
Okay.
Test it out.
Let me see if I can get you into this car.
Yeah.
Like their
It's her
dealership-
truck. It's her truck with like the mileage and sticker price on the passenger back
What's
window.
the MSRP on Big Bertha?
Hey, I just want to make sure that knocking noise is done. So I drove to this guy's house to buy cocaine.
Right.
Just want to take it out, see if I want to service it.
There you go. I'm
Yeah.
testing out. We're seeing if we get
They are
if we get
picky as
along.
hell.
I don't know Big Bertha. She thought it was a test drive, but she said she was concerned because the driver was tailgating another vehicle. So not only would you be pissed that someone's driving around, you're watching them like ride it hard and
Yeah.
piss other people off.
Just be an aggressive
yeah,
driver.
yeah. She did what
Like
anyone
if it would have driven normally, she would have been cool.
right.
But this
Right.
is a nut. This is the
like
straw that
angry
broke
driving.
Bertha's back.
Maybe
Yeah.
the car in front of it had the part it needed to fix it.
There you,
Instead
See,
of trying to
thank
get
you.
it back.
It's called the judicial system, guys. Benefit of the doubt.
well, you're gonna make a great lawyer in
Cool.
Yeah.
Old Town.
When you go to law school,
Right. We did a story once about a guy who like broke into people's house and like fought them and ransacked their place, and their defense was that they were trying to get to the roof where the spaceship was coming to pick them
that
up.
was the
that was the
defensible
entire
defense.
defense.
And we
for
imagine
everything
that,
happened.
we
I'm like, that
imagine
lawyer.
Wow.
We imagine that lawyer was a Southern guy, constantly sweating, wearing
Sure.
a bolo top,
Patting himself with a hanky.
named Ronald T. Justice.
ladies and gentlemen
Great.
of the jury.
My name is Ronald T.
We know,
Justice,
we know,
and you
everyone-
will address me as
We're,
such.
day 3 of the trial.
We're all
Everyone knows your
continuing to
name.
address you as that.
Your Honor, may I
Nope.
approach the bench?
There's no
I
need.
don't think you know who this is.
We're still
We
at
all know.
recess right now.
My name
We know.
is Ronald T. Justice.
So she did what anyone would do in today's universe of smartphones and social media. She captured the moment and shared it on Facebook. Not what I would do. The moment. This is what she wrote.
Maybe something that people would have done 7 years ago.
Sure. That moment you see a Mac Hake employee test driving your Dodge down Lakeland Drive, tailgating, all caps, another vehicle. I followed him to see if my truck would make it back in one piece because I know it doesn't stop on a dime. And this point just wanted him out of it.
At least she
Thompson
didn't
wrote.
say heading into the weekend like.
Hashtag Big Bertha.
Yes.
Hashtag
Chase.
tailgating.
I also love that
Hashtag
she's
summer blues.
She's trying to already get out.
Hashtag
in-
pump the brakes.
Yeah, she's trying to get out in front of her car's problems. That car does not stop on a dime, and I already know that. So if it hits somebody, it's not her fault
You got to protect yourself within
Right.
that post.
for sure. Thompson said the technician drove to a Lowe's about 2 miles down the road from the dealership. She said she waited while the man was inside when she called the dealership to ask them if they knew where her truck was. Then she made her boldest move yet.
Couldn't get bolder.
No.
You're kidding me.
What
She
is she
said she-
riding in?
She
Knight
said
to
she-
E5.
Knight to Bertha 6.
Well played, old friend.
Right. She said she found a spare key in her purse and took her truck back, leaving the technician stranded
Not
in the
bold.
parking
So
lot.
the
Not
technician
bold.
didn't see it happening?
No, he went
Well,
into Lowe's and then
Here's
he
my
came-
first question for you guys. How long do you think she waited while the man was inside before she stole her own truck back? Also, side note, doesn't that mean she left whatever car she
Yes.
was driving?
Driving
We
Someone,
don't know
right? But the
anything about
technician
how
doesn't
she
know
got
that.
But
there.
maybe that's from the dealership.
I hope she was walking. Was like,
Yeah.
What the?
Well, yeah.
This Lowe's.
How long? You are our guests, guys, so you can go first or second or third or fourth, whatever you want to do.
I mean, it has to be now a significant amount of time for you to ask the question.
Or
it's just
not.
like
Or
2
it's
minutes.
not, and
Yeah.
you're just you.
He's in Lowe's.
Like literally the
How
doors
long
closed.
would she wait for him to be in Lowe's before she steals that truck back?
25 minutes.
25 minutes from Janet.
7 minutes.
7 from Cole.
Jay, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Which if
2 minutes.
Yeah, if
I
it's
think it was 10 minutes because you want to make sure that they're not coming right back out.
right.
You got to kind of wait.
Okay.
Also,
Well,
she probably wanted to get the story from Big Bertha herself. Like, she needed to just talk to the
You mean
car
some
for a
download
while
time? Downloading
before she
Easy
was
girl.
going to. Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
easy
Whisper
girl.
it. You got to whisper it back
she walks-
before you can just
she
drive
walks-
her.
and if she comes up from the tailgate, you know she's like, I'm right
yeah.
here.
Yeah. Gotta give her,
Whoa,
gotta give her
whoa,
heads
whoa,
up.
Yeah.
Gotta give her
I want
heads
you to
up.
see me in your rear view. I'm
Yeah.
coming up on
It's
your
a
side.
process.
Girl.
Whoa.
Whoa, baby.
Girl.
Come
Girl.
on, baby.
Okay.
Easy, baby.
I'm
One of
giving
you got
a
within
carrot.
one of you got within 5 minutes.
Okay.
She said she waited 20 minutes. Way to go, Janet Varney.
Janet.
I was gonna say if it was
She
2,
waited
the only reason
20
we would know
minutes.
it's 2 is if she kept telling them.
Yeah.
You know how long I
Yeah.
waited?
2 minutes.
Yeah.
That son of a bitch.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
She waited 20 minutes. And then I also like that she says she had a spare key, leaving the technician stranded in the parking lot. Did she wait until he came walking back out and then drove off?
Oh, yeah. Did she
That would be
want-
exciting.
Did she
Yeah.
make eye
Yeah.
contact?
Yes.
That is bold. But if he was not out yet, that
But
doesn't
the
seem
moment
bold
of
to me.
if she stole it, I would steal it and then drive far enough to where I could see him walk
Yeah.
out
freak
and
out.
freak out.
Mhm.
You need to see the freak out.
Because you
That's
don't
the
want
payoff.
him to see it's you either. You want him to be like, holy
Someone
shit.
else stole it and I
Yes.
made an even
Oh,
bigger mistake.
Yes.
that's great. Yeah, if she wanted to be bold, she should have hot-wired her own car, even though she had the
The
spare
key.
key.
Yeah, for
Or-
sure.
Well, that's bold.
Or drive it and park it at a friend's house that's out of view and then go back to the dealership and be like, okay, when's it going to be ready?
Or go up and damage the hell out of your
Yeah,
own
just
car.
smash
Break
it.
all the windows.
Yeah.
Also
all
bold. All these things are
and
more
then be
bold.
like, everything good with my car?
Yeah.
Everything good with it?
She wanted him to see it like some sort of car cuckolding thing, you know?
Yeah.
Watch
Look at-
me.
I
look at
caught
what-
you. I caught you.
I got you.
Yeah.
Quote, you know,
No.
Hashtag, you know.
what do you, an ellipses is 3. Can you get your dad on the horn? What's 4?
4 means that's the end of the sentence.
So ellipses and a period.
it means a trail off.
Yeah.
It's a trail off.
You know, ellipses period. Every now and then I get crazy. I will own that. She has 3 other fights currently going on.
By the way,
she doesn't want those people chiming in on this post. She's like, all right, I know I get crazy. I'll own it, and I'll deal with Colleen. We'll talk about it on a different post.
I thought she was referring to that. Every time I get a little crazy, I look at something, I'm like, I will own that.
Yeah,
So I got my last 3 boyfriends.
Impulse buying online.
I own you, bitch.
I will own that. That's what
She's trying to hedge off other arguments right there.
That's gorgeous.
You know I get crazy.
Gorgeous.
I will own that. She's not speaking to all of her
I can't
kids.
always be trusted. I know that about me.
I
by the way-
remember what I did at your birthday party. I own it.
I like to sniff rubber cement every 5
If you
minutes.
wanted all
I
the
will own
chips,
that.
you shouldn't have left them out. Why can't I take them home
Sure,
with me?
I've shit in a few backpacks.
I will own
I
that.
will
own
own
that.
that. We aren't talking about that today.
I strangled a monkey once. I will own that. It was
You don't
Bali.
know what the monkey said to me, to be
I
fair.
was he looked at me funny. I was wasted.
No,
I will own that.
I am not the person to say that I haven't done those things.
Right.
I will own that.
She said,
Beautiful.
You know, every now and then I get crazy. I will own that. I found my spare key out of my purse, and I steal my own Dodge from Lowe's parking
You
lot.
mean stole it?
Nope. And I steal my own.
she's the kind of
my
person-
Dodge.
She's
kind of-
keeping it in the present because that makes the story more exciting.
She's the kind of person who says, "So I says."
Yeah.
Well, I said-
No,
Yeah.
she's Daniel Plainview.
I
steal.
I drink
my
your
Car
milkshake.
back.
Yeah.
I
Wait.
steal my Dodge.
Back up a second. She keeps her spare key in her purse, which is where she probably keeps her normal key.
Correct.
Which means if her purse is stolen, she loses
Out.
both
All
keys
gone.
at once.
That's
Forget
right.
it.
That's right.
She can't own that.
But she probably also never locks her doors.
Mm-mm.
So she can get in a bit.
Or I bet she locks the doors but leaves the windows open.
Yeah, exactly.
That's who she is.
Yeah.
I found my spare key out of my purse, and I steal my own Dodge from Lowe's parking lot because, you see, I'm a Home Depot kind of girl anyway,
What?
she said. I don't know.
They were at Lowe's.
Meanwhile, Home
Dan, are
Depot...
they
Some shade
reading
to
her
Lowe's.
post? Are they just reading off of her Facebook post?
But that's what I
They
was going to say.
quoted the whole
There's no
thing.
interview that
No,
occurred
no, no.
here.
She's
It's
not-
all just
no one's talking to this woman.
rehashing what they read.
This is my favorite
Highly
part.
viral.
And
post.
Home Depot's like,
highly viral.
don't
crazy.
drop us. Don't drop our name. You own
might
your
be an us,
crazy.
but we're not a you.
This is
Yeah.
the most viral post. I mean, this is the chocolate rain of our generation.
Yep.
100%. This is the conversation I wish we all could witness. Thompson said she returned to the dealership and confronted someone there, which might have been a customer.
Probably a 10-year-old girl. Where's your daddy? I have to talk to you about something.
He's looking at a car.
She claims someone at the dealership offered to service her vehicle for free with one condition.
Oh my
boy.
God! Give
Oh.
it conditions.
She was asked not to post her story to social media.
Thank God she didn't.
Sure.
And you know, she was like,
Hey, man,
that's
sometimes-
exactly what I'm doing.
She's like,
Sometime-
and send.
Yeah.
The next 3 words, which are
Well, no, you
Which is
know,
also
she
the
was
next
like,
sentence.
okay, I'm not going to do it. They serviced the car. She got it back. She didn't pay for it. And
Yeah,
then
she
she clicked
oh,
send.
100%. The next
Clicked post.
No, the next sentence
Classic.
is literally Thompson didn't listen, and it's its own paragraph. Do not mess. This is a quote. Do not mess with my family, my animals, my money, or my truck. Nobody drives Big Bertha like that. New sentence. Nobody.
Do not mess with my family, my animals,
money, or truck, which I think she
That's the
listed
thing.
in ascending order.
family,
Yeah,
and
it goes-
animals.
No,
truck.
you're going the other way.
It goes truck,
Yeah.
Yep.
Money.
Family least
money,
important.
truck money, animals, family,
then
laugh.
God.
That's right. This story was immediately optioned by William Morris Endeavor.
This is the plot of Deadwood, the new Deadwood movie.
We'll get out of here on this. William LaGrange, the dealership's general manager, now he's pulled into this, commented on a
so-
follow-up post
Oh,
from her.
still did not talk to him.
No.
For 1 second, I thought he made one phone call.
Right.
No, this
Great.
this reporter. is
I'm
not gonna
fully
do
aware of the situation that has occurred, and I'm disgusted that an employee of mine would take a customer's vehicle for anything other than official use. I take full responsibility for what has occurred. Swift action has taken place and will continue to take place.
You know when they say
does that
swift
mean?
action is taking place? nothing. Is
Yeah.
happening.
Right.
Especially if you have to say will continue to take place. If you just fire someone, you're done.
Right.
That- how
Every
hard is
day
it?
we shame him a little bit. And we will continue to do so.
Right. If it's swift action, once the action
Yeah.
is taken, it should be over.
That's right.
Unless you're not taking big enough
Swift,
action.
Correct.
swift
Oh.
and ongoing are two
That's
things
right.
that
right.
are never happening.
That's right.
Swift long-term action is happening.
Swift and immediate, extensive, long-term action.
You
is
guys have
taking
you have no idea. I bailed on it there. There are 6 more paragraphs of him talking about what's going to be done at this dealership. I'm not lying to you.
We're gonna take
Can you
out
give
a
us some bullet points?
I could.
Dad.
LaGrange said the employee took the truck was fired.
Good.
LaGrange also invited Thompson and her husband to meet with him so he could formally apologize in
That's
person.
nice. That's
Okay.
good.
They have
I like
every
that.
right to be mad.
Good.
Well,
That's
is a
good.
quote he went
You
on
are
to
cordially
say,
invited.
This will never happen again. Then we enter Robert Watson, owner and operator of the dealership. He told the Clarion Ledger that this is not how they handle customer vehicles. We love our customers.
love it.
We should treat our people better. Then
Look at how much dancing these people have to do because one guy's an asshole.
Well, it goes
Also, what
viral.
was that
This
guy
is what
doing?
happens.
He
with-
just needed to pick up something
went
at
to
Lowe's,
Lowe's
and he thought it'd be
in her
easy to
car.
take that car.
It's not.
Is
But
it,
he was
is
tailgating
it, is
someone.
it theoretical that they said, hey, I need to go make sure that nose isn't happening anymore, and I'm going to run to Lowe's. It's about 2 miles down,
By the
2
way,
miles
he
back.
was not trafficking children in the trunk of Big
Right.
Bertha. It's
Right.
like,
as far as we know.
as far
But
as-
would the trunk fit? And I'm asking because I need to know if a cab, what the difference is between a standard
Fits. We'll
automobile
get
and like a
Greenlee
He
truck with a
wasn't
cab. Yeah.
trafficking the kids because he hadn't picked them up from Lowe's yet.
Thank you.
He
You know?
will own that.
Thank you. I will own that. All right, story 2.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 more paragraphs for
Oh,
anybody who
God,
wants to
Dan.
dig in. There's 350 hardworking Mississippi employees.
Do we have a
that we talk
picture?
about
Do we have
some
a
sort
picture of
commitment
Big
to
Bertha?
Excellence? No, none of it.
Do you have no picture of
There
anybody?
is this article auto-generated a Dodge Ram ad.
Oh,
within
well,
it.
look at that.
But yeah,
Dodge
that's
Get a
Ram.
picture of
Taking
Big- if there are any
advantage.
pictures of Big Bertha, post them up on the Facebook page. Join the Facebook page if you get a chance. It's
Do it.
facebook.com/dumbpeopletown. All right, one more segment. Give us a little tease of what we're going to hear in the last.
So a couple is accused of indecent exposure.
I love it. The
Hey,
couple,
the couple that gets naked together in public
stays together. We'll be back with more Dumb People Town right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
All right, let's get into some names. Last
Ready?
couple of names. You ready?
These are the last names for the trip, and we can't stress enough how much we appreciate you guys switching over to Patreon.
You got get on the Patreon now. There are great added bonuses whenever you do. You get live the video episodes that we do that Dan listens.
Yeah.
and we get to provide Dan with the stories.
Those are so fun.
Some of the hardest I've ever laughed doing shows with you guys.
Unbelievable. We're putting clips of it on our Instagram so you get a dose of it. But if
Yeah.
you want the full thing, you got to subscribe
If
to that.
you love what this show is, you will love the Patreon even more.
And it puts you into the community even further. And that's all we want to do is build this nice community. So let's thank these people
Here we go.
who gave. You ready? Andrea Morris.
Andrea Morris.
I love
AM.
AM
PM.
and PM. Sarah Jensen.
Hi, Sarah.
Sarah Jensen.
Sarah, thank you.
Good
for
old
being
Sarah
in this
I
town.
have the Jensen file right over here.
You Get it to me right now.
Immediately.
Heather Larson.
Heather
Larson. I love it. Great.
Looks like a
name.
name that was just supposed to be on the back of a
Is that
basketball
Jay
jersey.
Larson's wife?
Could be.
Maybe. Amanda Heilberger.
How you go? Is it Heiberger?
Heiberger.
Amanda Heiberger.
Heiberger.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You know, all of her friends in high school just called her Heiberger.
Oh, of course.
People didn't even know her first name.
HB.
I think I have certain friends called her Low Burger.
I'm
not gonna low
their
burger.
little joke. All right, you ready for this next
Yep.
one? Joshua Thomas Sumrall.
Thank you, JTS.
He definitely is good at beach volleyball, and
JT.
that's not just because I was thinking of C. Thomas Howell.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Thank you guys so much. We love that you support us, and we love that you donated to the Drip Foundation and whatnot. The Drip Foundation, our Drip.
It is.
But
We built that foundation.
we did build that
We all
city,
stand on
and we
it
built
together.
that city
Yeah,
on rock and roll.
We did.
What I want you to do is now join the Patreon. It's very simple. Go to patreon.com/DPT. Is it /DPT or Dumb People Town?
Dumb People Town.
/Dumb People Town. Patreon.com/Dumb People Town.
Yep.
Go there, sign up, become a Patreon member, and reap the benefits of being a part of this community. We love it so much. We're going to continue to give you guys new stuff, maybe a new piece of merch that's only exclusively available if you're a Patreon member, maybe posters that are signed by us. Good stuff is coming on the horizon. We love the Patreon people. They're great to work with, and we're thinking of new fun stuff to do with you guys. So thank you for supporting, and for those who haven't supported, hop on board right now. Let's get back to the show.
All right, guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. We're going to mention that, hey, if you live up north, Northern California, please come see us. We will be at the Livermore Art Center, the Bankhead Theater,
Nice,
which
guys.
is a giant theater. And I think
What is the date?
That's July 13th. That's a Saturday night.
Yep.
I think we've sold 11 tickets.
Okay.
No, there's like 500 seats.
People are going to come out, guys.
I hope so. It's a really beautiful venue. Nate Fritzen is opening for us, and we're really, really excited. So,
And live Dumb People Town at
2 days
Largo.
later.
2 days later on the 15th, and our guests are Patton Oswalt and
Lauren
Lapkus.
and
Nice.
musical guest is one half of the Milk Carton Kids, Joey Ryan, who is so
Oh,
funny.
those guys are
so
great.
talented. Those guys are great. And so he's going to be learning our theme song and
Hell
doing his
yeah.
folky version of it, which is so cool.
Summertime at Largo on July 15th. Get your tickets now. And
That will sell out.
guys, any live shows that you guys doing?
Producing or in or up to.
I do a bunch over at West Side Comedy in Santa
Great
Monica.
spot.
Sure.
I
I
got
got
to do a show with you guys for
Yeah.
a while. That was so much fun.
That was really fun. We did
Yeah.
kind of an improvised version of Making a Murderer.
Yeah.
But we
And I
just
was
making
Ken
up a
Kratz.
murder. Yeah, he was
Oh,
Ken
nice.
Kratz, and then
Am I the
everybody
prize?
Yeah.
everybody who was on the stand randomly pulled out of a bucket what their name was and what their occupation was.
I love it.
So much fun.
which was pretty fun.
Great.
And
But
they
yeah, I
dropped
do,
a key
I do a
in the
monthly
trailer.
show there called Pretty Pretty Pony, which you've also done as monologist. It's the first Thursday of every month there at 10 o'clock p.m.
And I have a show at Dynasty Typewriter that's
Yay.
monthly. It's the last Wednesday of every month. No conflict with any of these other
No,
dates.
none. You
I
can
know
go to
you've
those.
already purchased tickets to in the time it's taking me to say these words, called Work Juice Improv. It is the Thrilling Adventure Hour. Improvisers from that group, from the Thrilling Adventure Hour, Paul F. Tompkins, Mark Agliardi, Craig Kukowski, Annie Savage, Hal Lublin, me.
Love all.
And we always have a fun monologist. Last month we had Paget Brewster, and it was crazy.
Oh, I love it all. So
Great
check it
show.
out, Dynasty Typewriter, last Wednesday of every month.
Right.
And the name of it one more time.
Work Juice Improv.
Okay, good. Check all that out. And DanielVanKirk.com for all of his dates
Yeah.
coming up, because his live dates are amazing. I heard the St. Louis show was awesome.
Dude, it was so
I heard
great.
they're
St. Louis be
The
loving
improv
you.
shop was so good, and so many townies who came out there are begging us. It might not be too long, guys, before we have a little many dates coming for you. But October 13th, we're going to be in New York. So yeah, thanks to everybody who came out to the Together tour, and I hope everybody that saw you guys just recently.
San Francisco, the shows were great.
Cobb's were
Thank
was
you.
awesome.
Thank you
I
to all
love
of our
it. But yeah,
people.
that is a big date that we're doing a live Dumb People Town back at the Bell House in
come
New
on.
York.
October in New York. Let's go, people.
And I'm going to tell you right now that I think the way it's selling right now, we're going to hopefully add a second show, a late show. So we'll announce a guest soon. We're out to a couple people.
Which means
Yeah.
if we don't add that second show, you better get your tickets right now, because
So
otherwise
what
it's
I'm
just
saying,
going to
yeah.
be sold out, and
Right.
you will not get to see a show.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. I'm saying don't wait. Get your tickets for the first show, and then we'll let you know about the second show. All right, Dan.
Ready?
Last story.
Bozeman, Montana.
Been there.
A man
there.
and woman were arrested in Bozeman. After,
Bozeman, by the way, just so people know, it's not
Cool
just
town.
crazy Montana where people are driving 90 miles an hour and they just shoot their
We're
guns,
like
guns at
governors or
babies.
like- or-
No, it is a very cool collegey town that
Yeah.
has a lot of culture and great restaurants, and it's just an interesting town. You don't expect to see this craziness. So
Yes.
go ahead.
That also started like the start of a screenplay. Exterior.
Bozeman, Montana.
Bozeman,
I'm
Montana.
in. I'm already in.
Yeah.
Tumbleweed flies by.
Bozeman Horsejack,
A
Montana.
naked tumble flies by.
A man and woman were arrested in Bozeman after allegedly having sex in a local hot springs children's pool
No.
within feet of children swimming.
No.
Oh.
Do you just get to walk up and punch one of them in the mouth?
I would start kicking with my shoes on in their face.
Which means you're at a pool, you'd probably have to go put your shoes on.
I would go put
Yeah.
them on. I would walk
Come
over,
back
and it
and
would
just
just
start
be with
kicking
the
them.
put the heel of my shoe into their nose and eyes.
If you are an adult,
Uh-huh.
you have another place to go.
You
I
would-
don't understand. You want to have sex in a urine-filled pool.
Yeah.
It's like a
Around
kid's
children.
pool.
Like,
Right.
does that get
No.
you going like a kid crying like nearby?
I hope not.
Is that your
But if you
sexual turn on?
like kids crying and having sex in pee pools, you can buy a Discman and get your own pool. And I'm not going to shame you at all. That's weird, and the crying part creeps me out. But do it on your own time with no actual people involved.
That is
other than
so,
the one you're consentingly.
That
having
is
sex
so over the top.
Yeah.
It's an affront.
Was it for charity?
Yep. In a charity
That's
event
it.
that
If it's charity,
in a
That's
charity
okay.
event that
Nothing you can
Bozeman,
say.
Montana officials are calling a complete failure, Dawn Danielle Klein.
This was an idea gone awry.
Dawn Danielle Klein, DDK,
DDK, the DDK
Yeah.
of the
and
story.
Aaron Hayes Miller
I know Erin Hayes. She's a great actress.
yeah.
were arrested on Friday and charged with indecent exposure. Klein appeared in Gatling County Justice Court on Monday. Her bail was set at $5,000. Miller is scheduled to appear on Tuesday.
I love
According
they
to court documents.
separated the two. Why?
I don't.
They're both part of it.
That's what I wanted to say
Yeah.
earlier when you said the couple that indecent exposures together stays together, right up
Apparently
until
not.
they get put in separate cop cars.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Until
they
they get
have to
sentenced.
because they're worried that they'll just start having sex in the back of a cop car.
According to court documents, a Gatling County sheriff responded to a sexual crime report at the Hot Springs on Gatlin Road around 1:15 p.m. on Friday.
These kids aren't supposed
Weekends
to be
early.
here.
Lunchtime.
Weekend's coming early, guys. That's his nickname, Weekend. When the deputy arrived, the couple had already left the premises. They were located and stopped by law enforcement further south on Gatlin Road. Are they walking in anybody else's
They're
mind?
naked and they're driving.
No, I like
Or maybe they're
a
walking. Yeah, they're
barefoot towel walk.
Yeah.
I
Like
think that they're on
naked,
bird
just a
scooters.
They're what?
On bird scooters, just scooting
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
These
Naked with
days,
towels
these
around
days,
them.
great guess.
One between the two of them, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Balls flapping in the
Just
breeze.
sharing. When the deputy said they caught them on Gatlin Road, the Hot Springs
She's
manager.
driving, and he's in the back.
And
of
he's
the bird.
holding
Why
onto
not?
her stomach.
Why not?
He's holding around her
Gender
stomach.
assigned who drives that bird.
Right.
The Hot Springs manager and 4 witnesses said they saw Klein and Miller having sexual intercourse in the children's pool. Court documents state one witness reported seeing Klein's bare buttocks when approaching the couple to ask them to stop. You don't need to approach. You yell from wherever
Yeah.
You don't have to, and you
Yeah.
don't ask either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's another.
that's not
You don't
How
ask.
polite.
Yeah.
Like nothing is. This is not
Dan-
Jeopardy. You don't have to phrase
I
it in the
hate
form
to
of a question.
intrude. What? No, you don't. What are you? Why are you being like
Why are you
that?
being polite?
Does it? Do you mind it if I heel you to the nose, like 6 sharp heel kicks to your face?
Would that affect your performance?
The
It's
report-
bad enough that you brought outside food and beverage in,
Yeah.
which we really frown
That's
This
what I
is
love. They
insult
start
to
listing
injury.
things they didn't
And
say
then
to you
and then you
before.
ran.
You ran.
on the deck of the pool, which clearly
Ready to
says
sit-
no
we-
running.
We know you didn't shower before leaving the
Or
locker
after.
room. Yeah.
Oh.
And one of you had diarrhea within 2 weeks.
Right.
You're not allowed to go in.
And
But aside from all that,
perhaps
Yeah.
worst of all, you put a used towel on another chair that you did not use.
Oh.
We
You
don't
cannot
do that
reserve
here.
3 chairs for
Oh.
2 people. It's sitting over there. We've watched it sit there for an hour, expecting you to have someone else come
sorry,
here.
did
Yeah,
I
this
just
is
step-
like Capone. Like, we got you on taxes, having sex in a kiddie pool,
Right.
but really it's everything else you did that was egregious.
That's right.
Thank you.
the deputy said video surveillance from the Hot Springs showed Klein and Miller engaging what appeared to be sexual intercourse, and that more than once,
You know that
Klein was
video
visibly
surveillance
not
got
wearing
passed
bra.
around a lot.
Yeah.
It's,
By the
it's on
way-
Pornhub. Just
First of all, yeah, I like that it's appeared to be as if one of their arguments is going to be, we were just faking.
Right.
It's like softcore. You,
You guys
actually
got
couldn't
pranked.
see.
Pranked all you
Yeah,
kids.
you can't prove that we actually were having intercourse.
There was no real penetration.
That's
Right.
right. That's
Right.
right.
Like Klein and Miller does sound like a morning sports talk radio show with like Reggie Miller and like
Mhm.
Dave Klein.
Yeah.
The deputy said several children were also in the pool and could be seen while Klein and Miller engaged in the act. I hope that's the other end of the pool.
By the way, even if there were no kids in the pool and they're just doing it in a kid's pool, it is
Still inappropriate.
disgusting
Yes.
and
Really
inappropriate.
bad.
Maybe, okay, listen, here's my pitch. They didn't know it was a kiddie pool.
Mhm.
I said kiddie. They did not know it was the kiddie pool. They didn't know it was a kid's pool.
This is if there are
and
no
they
kids
say,
in it.
And no, here's what. Because the pool is just big enough that they were like, we saw the kids from a distance
Yeah.
and they looked like small adults. They were far enough away.
She
that
has
you know
no
your
depth
perception.
perception.
right.
You can't tell. We thought we were in the
I'm
adult
nearsighted.
pool.
Or
I don't-
he calls his testicles his kids.
Right.
Right.
and thought, oh, let's go to the kids' pool.
Let's
Yeah.
take the
He
kids
thought
to the
That's
pool.
where they go.
medically it was
Yeah,
the right
for
way
sure.
to go.
Let's drop the kids in the
I
pool.
just
Right.
want to show you the twins
Fair enough.
in the kids' pool.
That's right.
Court documents state that when the couple was interviewed, Miller, that's DDM, Don Danielle,
You know it.
claimed that they were stretching. And while Klein said they were just dry humping, they did try to come
They
up with.
did say
Yes,
it wasn't
we were
actual
faking.
penetration.
We were stretching. You
I don't think you could dry hump in a pool.
But I want them to say it
That's
at the
just not
exact same
possible.
time. Like Randy says stretching, and the other one like, God, we were
Yeah,
just
stretch- having-
dry
yeah,
humping.
yeah.
We'll get out
We
here
were
on this.
we were
We're going to
stretching.
double dip it.
And then they reverse.
Just like
he
they
says what
did.
she said. She
Yeah.
says what he
Yeah.
said.
We were
It's a hilarious
We were
slapstick.
dry humping.
We were dry
stretching.
humping. I mean, stretching.
All right, we're gonna go like this.
Double dipping,
Double
just
dip
like
it.
they did.
Yes.
Like
How
he tried
old
to do.
you think Don Danielle Klein and Aaron Hayes Miller are?
So
You're
we
going to
gotta
give
come
me
up with
two
two
numbers. We'll see if anybody can get both of them right. You are our guest. You can go first, Tig, third, or fourth.
All right.
Cole or Janet.
Maybe we should work as a team because
You can
I
do a
think
team.
we
You
need
can
to
be a
figure out
team.
what
All right.
era were the names Aaron and Dawn popular. Now I don't think that
that's
they've
so
been popular for
But
a
it's
number
Montana.
of years.
But it's Montana.
Bozeman.
Well, I own that. I own that it's
Yep, and you
Montana.
will
Thank
admit
you.
it.
Sometimes it's Montana. I own that.
I had a
Thank you.
few classmates named Dawn
hmm
from the
Yeah.
80s, so I feel like they might be in their 40s somewhere.
Not that we are,
No.
No.
but
no.
it's a if you pile on a decade,
Sure, yes.
that's a fair guess.
you.
I'm looking
I
forward
agree
to my
with you.
16th, 28th birthday
That's
this year.
right.
It's going to be good. I feel like she's older than him in this scenario.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like it.
I really do.
Yeah.
His
Showing your work. You guys get really good on tests.
Because she's the one who said they were stretching. Now, she's the one who experiences more arthritis than he does. So,
Yeah.
she's older.
Post-coital stretching.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me numbers. Give me two
She's
numbers.
46 and he's 43.
He's 40.
43.
He's straight up 40.
Oh, he's 40. Okay.
Yeah,
46 and 40.
This is like CSI vagina.
Jay
over here.
Rand?
Yeah.
We won't get pulled again.
At Daniel
Star
Van
Brothers.
Kirk.
Oh, I love it.
Here we go.
Get pulled again.
I think she's 26
Okay.
and he is 11. No. And, and he is 29.
Okay.
I'm going to say
Randy?
she is 29
Okay.
and he is 56.
None of you got any of the numbers
All
right.
right. All right.
Dawn Danielle Klein is younger. Aaron Hayes Miller is older.
Randy was right.
And their ages are 33 and 37.
Wow.
Yes. Well,
Old enough to know better,
Yeah, like-
not
Yeah.
old enough to not be able to pull this off.
What
Right.
isn't old enough to know better, but also illegal at a
I
city?
don't know. 20s, you
Yeah.
could be like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
30s
We were
is-
high.
Yeah.
We were drunk. We were on
30s is
ecstasy.
kind of like, if
Yeah.
you're making that mistake in your 50s, you're like ready to die. So
Also,
I wonder if he
30s.
took the
Yeah.
means of all of our things or whatever, he would have had it exact.
It might have been
'Cause they're in
perfect.
their
It may have
20s,
been. It might have
we're in
been
the
perfect.
Might have
40s.
been.
I said
We were
29,
covering.
26. I was not
There's
that
got to
far
be a
off.
townie
Yeah.
out there that will, when I post this on the Facebook page, will tell us what the mean was.
Great.
Yeah, I would love
36
to know.
and
Close we
33,
are.
so it's 34 and a half.
Yeah, that's theirs. But of all the numbers you guys
All of our
said,
numbers put
Takes
together.
us
Probably
right to the
very
sweet spot.
close.
That's their,
Okay.
yeah.
There you go.
Add
That's
them
it.
up, divide
That's
it
our
by
show,
number.
friends.
Look at that. Thank you guys for being on this show. We love having you on.
Janet
we'll have
Varney.
you back. Janet Varney,
Cole Stratton. Good
Follow-
luck with
Thanks for
everything that you're
having
doing.
us,
Follow them on the
guys.
Twitters. Follow them on the Instagrams. You can find out when their shows are.
Watch
Correct.
Fortune Rookie either on YouTube or IFC.com and all that stuff. Check all that stuff out. 'cause
Go
it
get your
sounds
tickets
amazing.
for Sketchfest, which, they always have the best stuff. It's such a
fantastic.
fun thing. And then come see us. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram.
Join the Patreon. We'd love to do it.
Patreon. Let's do this,
Let's
guys.
do it.
We're making this an effort to try and bring you the best possible stuff and
And
record
extra
extra
stuff.
episodes and all that stuff.
All right, and no shit. We got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Scarpins Avenue.
A podcast network.